one of the things I really remember is in 10th grade, is I kept remembering people telling me, the world's about to open up for you. And all I could think is no, it's not. It's constricting fast. It's like every week there's something new to avoid or something new to do or another trouble with school. I mean, at first when you don't know about it, you just think you're going crazy and I can't possibly tell anybody because they're just going to think I'm insane. Or alternatively, they'll be like, well, just stop it. Just stop it, you're making it up. Well, telling my family was hard because I was so invested in that point in this sort of persona of put together and totally okay, right on track student, model daughter. I was very invested in that, so it was hard to let go of that. And then letting your friends know can be tough because you don't know how they're going to react. And so finally I tried to go get counseling on my own, and they said I had to tell my parents, which I was really upset about at the time, but it ended up being one of the best, probably the best thing. I started partial treatment at the local hospital, which was good, but not focused on my OCD. And then got out, and a couple weeks later, kind of ended up in crisis. I was just crying, and she said, would you like to go to residential treatment? There's this place you can go, and you'd have to live there for a while. But I think that's going to be best, and I just said yes. Before I'd left, I didn't see much of a future for myself, and as I started to be able to do more things, it kind of sort of started realizing I can do this. I'm able to do these exposures. It feels terrible, but I can handle them, and I'm going to be able to get out and do a lot of things that were not possible. This is another Katie, and she was my behavioral specialist at Rogers, and the behavioral specialists are the people who assign the exposures and then encourage you to do them by whatever means possible that doesn't actually turn into forcing you to do them. And she can still look at me and I kind of get anxious. But yeah, she made all the hierarchies with me and got me to do all the stuff I didn't want to do.
Yeah, and one of the big things is, when we're doing exposures together, we got to do a lot together.
Yeah.
I would do them with her and, encouraged her to sit with the anxiety and not, well, obviously not ritualize, but the most important part is just sitting with that anxiety and letting it go down with the passage of time and not interfering at all with it.
She would get me in trouble when I would find Play-Doh or something to fidget with.
I get you in trouble. Yeah.
Well, not trouble. I felt like I was getting in trouble.
Because of your anxiety.
Yes.
Yeah.
My version of getting in trouble.
Well, the main criteria for discharge is 75% completion in a hierarchy. Sometimes you just kind of know when they're ready, when they're functioning. I mean, so many people come in where they aren't functioning and they aren't living the life that they could. And when you see someone go from, she could barely talk, really.
I couldn't talk.
Right, and it was quiet, and she was kind of not in the corner, huddled.
I stayed in my room a lot.
Yeah, but all of a sudden
I jittered all the time. I couldn't sit still. I was so anxious.
And engaging and participating in life, and you see all of this potential finally come out, and you see what they're really made of underneath the OCD.
I'm going to show them that I'm a very capable person despite having the OCD. Not saying, well, this is my OCD and it just controls me and I'm at its mercy. But it's part of my past, and it was horrible when I was in the middle of it, but I wouldn't go back and change it because I don't know who I would be now if I didn't have it. So fighting against it has really formed my personality a lot and formed my opinions and my what I work for and what I strive towards. So I wouldn't change it. I don't wish it on anybody else, but I don't wish it had never happened.